Yes.
Big
and
jaws
I'm like fully like
yeah,
pressurizing the suit,
yes,
getting the gauntlets ready. Like, oh boy,
okay,
it is on now.
It's on now. So you're out in space, sitting on the back of a Star Lancer shark. Riding now, there's a pod as you see now. So you kind of like teleported out onto Jones. Like Jones is there. You sort of have to like talk to him and then like sort of get onto the back of them, sort of ride like a Star Lancer. So you've had this sort of conversation that happened. Whilst you're doing that, you've got quite passive perception. You see the big ant-like chromic ship sitting. It's bigger than your ship. It's about 50% larger in overall size, and this front section, which is like a dome thing, comes like with one sort of like red sort of window, has sort of flown over and is coming towards. I don't know, where do you sort of teleport out? The sort of the side of the ship, or sort of?
I think I try and go near the pod.
No, near the pod. Okay, so this pod is sort of like halfway over the ship, so you kind of come out and you can see. You don't see through these windows. There's from your side, there's seemingly just like this red swirling misty color over where the window would be, and this sort of chromic base to it. And it has like a hatch to the back of it, which clearly is where it connected onto the rest of the ship, and that sort of flies over towards you, and sort of like turns to look at you, and you hear a, like the sound of a speaker, tap tap tap, and he goes, "Stand and deliver!" Right there, Tommy boy! Right there, Tommy boy!
Adam, you about to get squashed like an ant.
Oh, mate, no. Come on, this is just friendly rivalry, friendly piracy. It's just... You've got
something friendly about piracy, and you have about 3 seconds before we stop talking and start acting.
Okay.
3, and I start doing the 3, 2. Does he have anything to say before I go after him?
Come on, big boy, let's go!
Below. He's down on the street and he's trying hard to process the flow. Oh, my heart's in the basement, my weekend's at an all-time low. Cause she's hoping to score, so I can't see her letting him go. Walk out of her heart, walk out of her mind.
Like halfway over the ship, so you kind of come out and you can see. You don't see through these windows. There's from your side, there's seemingly just like this red swirling misty color over where the window would be, and this sort of chromic base to it, and it has like a hatch to the back of it, which clearly is where it connected onto the rest of the ship, and that sort of flies over towards you, and sort of like turns to look at you, and you hear a, like the sound of a speaker. Tap tap tap, and he goes, "Stand and deliver!" Ha! Right there, Tommy boy! Right there, Tommy boy!
Adam, you about to get squashed like an ant.
Oh, mate, no. Come on, this is just friendly rivalry, friendly piracy. It's just... You've got
something friendly about piracy, and you have about 3 seconds before we stop talking and start acting. 3, and I start doing the 3, 2. Does he have anything to say before I go after him?
Come on, big boy, let's go.
Okay, I'm gonna like before I go, I'm just gonna message back into the ship to Jareth. Yeah. I'm gonna say take whatever evasive maneuvers or offensive maneuvers you need to take. Okay. We need to end this thing.
All right. Okay. So, as you do the countdown, 3, 2, 1, make me just like a little perception check, as if you want to sort of like gauge what's going on, sort of give you if you get like surprise or not or something. That's all. See if you get.
I would like to, while he's doing this, start like twisting and turning the ship a little bit to try and dislodge like the claws.
Okay, you're trying to move the ship
like,
about.
Ashes! Shoot them!
An 18.
An 18. Okay, so as this is happening, you hear this, and you see you see a bit of your ship sort of floating down, and that hole that they were cutting is now completely open, and And at that turn, you see a few. Basically, the next to their movement is like a number of Thri-kreen kind of coming out of the base of their ship and down out into the hull of your ship. Basically,
they go the full 120 feet.
No, they're on the other big ship. The other big ship, out of the big ship, came that's held onto your ship from underneath. They've been cutting this hole in the hull. That hole's come out, and from inside that ship, you were just seeing some Thri-kreen.
Okay. I didn't realize both were attached. I thought the other one was like separate.
No, the other one at the back is attached already. That's the first thing you heard was it clamp on, and then you had the little bit came off of it to try and come around to, basically, it's seemingly coming around to the front to chat to you, or whatever, or distract you, or keep you occupied whilst other things happening. You notice then, you hear the sort of, they've turned this red thing, and then it kind of clears up, and you see Adamntium there, it's got six limbs, so like, but 4 arms, but coming up, but he's kind of more humanoid than the sort of ants that you know in sort of the shape, but he's all chrome. It's like an all chrome skin. Is it clothes? But he puts clothes on top of that. These sort of like old-fashioned 18th century sort of clothing on the top. He's got the sort of white band like I've got, and he's got this sort of and sort of like very heavily done up. Stands there like this to say hello, doing the dance, and then and then talks to you, like looking at you. And you can see behind them when that happens, they've got 2 sort of Thri-kreen and warriors, sort of big Goliath kind of characters, like hulking behind them. But you see the hatch in the background with your 18 open, and you see some figure that's sort of like floating, kind of go out the back and sort of, and then the door shut, and then you don't see where they go, but they've sort of gone, something's kind of left the capsule, if they dared. And so that's the only thing you notice. So yeah, you're gonna make it. Do I need you to roll initiative? Is that where we're at now? We go straight into combat.
Yeah, I think they didn't start this with negotiations. They started with hostilities.
Yeah.
And so I'm taking this. And if the rest of the group wants to just not, like if the rest of the group wants to stop, let me know. But my inclination is to take this as an act of battle.
Yeah, fine. No, that's fine. It's they're cutting a hole in your ship, and one of them's telling you to hand over what you got, basically, or fight, and you've decided to fight, so that's fair. All right. Let's roll it. Let's roll some dice. I will roll for. I'm just gonna roll for Adamntium, and then I'll do the Thri-kreen separately. As I'll just have the 2 sort of thing. Okay, yeah, they've got theirs. What have you got then?
I got a 15.
Major Tom, NT, 15.
I got 11.
11. Jareth, 11. Hunky Dory.
22.
22. HD 22. Yeah, what were you going to say, Major Tom?
Does Jones pretty much act on my turn?
Yeah, I'm going to say that just to save the number of things, I'm going to just do that. Adamntium rolled a 24.
Oh my gosh. Dory did so well.
Yeah, and
don't take this from them.
And the Thri-kreen got an 18. So it is. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So this they got some good rolls actually. It was a 17 and a 16. So Thri-kreen, yeah, 17. There we are. Right. Cool. Okay. So it would be Adamntium's turn first. In combat, but I'm happy for a sort of round from Hunky Dory and Jareth in that moment. So you were moving the ship around, Jareth? I guess.
Yeah, just basically moving it about, trying to get dislodge.
So shaking it.
Yeah, dislodge the claws in whatever way I can.
As you try and shake it, you notice in that moment, halfway through, something sort of feels a bit off about it, and it's probably as much the weight of this extra sort of element that's clamped on already, but maybe it's a little bit funky. You don't know. Hunky Dory, what would you be doing in this moment?
Well, things are kicking off.
How stressful are you?
Actually, I'm very excited.
Excited. Okay, yeah. All right.
Like, I should be stressed, but I'm very pleased about how things have turned out. This seems like it's going to be a great time. I have left my seat. I was never strapped in, let's be very honest.
Yeah.
I'm joining the fray. I'm going to the back. I want to see, like, where the action is. Ideally, what I would like to do is a quick little tether so that I can have a tiny little spacewalk while Jareth spins the ship.
Okay, you want to jump out, so you can just teleport in and out of your ship. You can ask it to do that. You can just go inside and outside your ship. That's how it does it. So you can use that as like
I'm
a
not
bonus
going anywhere,
action.
Though I'm just kind of like, you know how sometimes there's something wild going on outside, so everybody comes outside to stand on their front porch.
Yeah. I see what you mean. That's what you're doing.
That's what this is.
Okay.
That's what this is.
Well, because escalation has occurred, and because are you sort of excited in a sort of like bloodlust way, if you know what I mean, or are you more excited just by the general attitude of it? Do you know what I mean? Like, I just want to clarify the sort of feeling, because I want to see what I want you to put on your modifier.
Kind of in the way that kids don't really understand bloodlust, like it's an innocent bloodlust.
Yeah, I know what I mean. Yeah,
Things
sort of. Yeah,
are about to kick off,
and you're kind of excited by that fact.
It's not hateful. It's like, if you ripped in half, I could see inside you, and that would be cool.
Okay, I'm gonna make that a +6. Can you roll me a d20, please?
Oh, here we go.
Actually, I'm gonna say +3. Actually, because I think we're not quite at that stage yet. Yeah, it's out of 10. Let's say 3.
Okay, we have a
5. Okay, so you're still hunky dory. You're still hunky dory. All hunky dory, and But okay, so you kind of get there. You can put a rope. You can ask to be sort of like teleported out, and then you can sling a rope, and that kind of gets you attached to the ship. And you're sort of like
me out there.
You're flying around about 60 foot of rope. Maybe you can extend it, but you can tell me however far you want to be. But you can maybe go up to about 60 foot away from the ship.
I'm kind of jumping. This is a situation where like every now and then I'm like.
Yeah, okay.
And then I come back down.
Okay, sort of going up like 10 foot in the air and down again. Yeah, okay.
Get a good view, come back. Get a good view, come back. I'm curious, but maybe a little aware of what the stakes are.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so it's Adamntium's turn up front then. Oh, mate, I'm so excited you chose this way. Got to move toys to use. And he sort of like stretches back and then just goes like this out, and I've never seen him cast anything before. He's never done that, but suddenly these black energy tentacles sort of like erupt out of their 4 hands that they push out towards you. I need you to make a strength saving throw, please, Major Tom.
That's a 13.
I need to be 15, so unfortunately you take there's a 1 and a 3, 4 points of necrotic damage, and you cannot take reactions until your next turn. These black tendrils sort of reach out and sort of wrap around you and sort of slow you down. You sort of feel slightly slowed. You can still take your normal actions or bonus actions, but in this moment, until your action comes back to you, you're slightly disorientated. Turn. They will sort of. I don't think they'll do it. They might just move the ship slightly away from you, about 20 feet, and until they're basically the back of their ship is trying to aim, so it's like to lock the back of the ship on to the back of their ship. So they're still facing you, but they're moving the ship away to sort of like reach. They reach the edge of your ship, and they're sort of like trying to latch onto that. You hear these little clink, clink, clinks that are happening.
So they're closer to our ship then.
Yeah. So that's their turn. It goes then to Hunky Dory. It's your turn then.
Okay, questions.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see everything that just happened?
Yeah. Yeah.
And what's my proximity? Am I also 30?
So I've kind of got that. So if we look at the ship plan, if you've got that plan up of the ship I showed you, like the map of it, I'm saying that they've sort of latched onto the back. I'm putting Major Tom on one side, which is where the sort of head would have been and come off and it's gone around, which would be the bottom of the page for that on the side of the ship. Okay. And that would have come down and sort of round. So you'd have gone to that side. It's then sort of latched on to the side of your ship where you've got the 3 like windows. And it's sort of like latched. That's where that bit's gone. You probably come out the front and are looking like standing on the dome bit. And so they've come closer to you. So you're now within about 20 foot, depending on how high you fly in the air. from them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. From the edge of the ship, which is only about...
happened. I saw it.
Yeah, the ship itself is only 20-foot head bit, if you know what I mean.
Wow! Things aren't so hunky-dory anymore. I'm so sorry. But we brought some new toys as well. And one of them's cake. But I'm not the one that told you about it. And I'm going to just toss a sacred flame.
Okay.
I don't want to hit him anymore.
Okay.
He's driving?
Yeah.
I would like to hit the ship. I would like to specifically hit the windshield.
The windshield?
This will make it impossible to see.
Okay, good. So what do you do?
I'm holding on to my little rope.
Yeah. Spiritual weapon.
It's about to get so bright. And I'm gonna be very distracting.
So you cast a spiritual weapon right in front of it. Is that what you said?
Right in front. Sacred flame.
Sacred flame. Sorry, I thought
astral fire.
Astral fire. Okay. Yes. Cool. All right. Yeah. So So you just need to actually for this. You just need to roll me the damage you do, and I see if it goes over the.
Did you get it? Did it go to the thing?
So it will hit the thing, but I need you to tell.
I rolled a 9.
Yeah, so it has a damage threshold, this thing, of 15. So you needed to... what happens is it kind of hits and it just kind of bounces off the edge of it. Not a lot. No damage is taken.
Was it needs distracting and painful?
It was not really. It was sort of...
It wasn't even like when someone drives down the street and their brights are on?
Yeah, a little bit, but very momentarily. You see this like bright light kind of hit the windscreen and they're like... Oh, okay.
Hunky Dory is sitting up there, dangling in space by a thread, just going, "Oh, not again!" And I'm gonna fire off a quick bonus action to beep boop bop. Who's next?
It's gonna be the Thri-kreen, then Major Tom.
Little tiny bardic inspiration to the Major.
Okay, there you go.
I give you a thumbs up.
Hunky Dory.
So with that, then it goes. Is that all of your turn?
That's it. That's
then it becomes the Thri-kreen. So you saw this creature leave the pod. When the pod moves away, you didn't see that creature again. It had sort of become. Well, it basically you just couldn't see it. Let's just go with that. Suddenly, this shimmer of space sort of dissipates from being what was like. Once you see it, you now realize, oh, that was a weird bit of space. It was probably rippling. But this creature, this Thri-kreen, which is holding a sort of dual-ended staff with a blade on each end, that's sort of like hovering, just kind of nonchalantly, sort of just like eyes kind of closed like over this sort of like these big bug eyes on the side. It then does a cast on you a psychic bolt. So you see this, like you feel this energy sort of rack inside of your brain. 15. Does that hit?
A 15 does not hit me.
Doesn't hit. Well, so your mind, which is sort of magical-ified slightly, and also you've got this sort of armor around you, which has also got these abilities that sort of like ward you from magical attack, and therefore it tries to get inside your brain, and you feel this sort of like power trying to like get inside and sort of like create the sort of worst migraine you could ever have, but really you just shrug it off, and it dissipates. That doesn't hit. A second one, 17. What is your AC?
21.
21. Oh, there you go. The fourth one. So it tries 3 times. You feel these bolts sort of trying to like attack inside your brain. The fourth one finally just sort of slithers like through, like the arrow following the arrow, if you know what I mean. It's trying to follow it and then sort of hits, and you take, it's not a lot. You take 5 points of psychic damage. Yeah.
Is that the end of its turn, or is it?
Yeah, and then it's still about, it stays at it's sort of higher up in the sky, and it's staying at about 50 feet from you.
Oh, it's 50 feet away?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So when it came out of the ship, it sort of moved up its full height away, and it's sort of above and pointing down at you.
Okay. Is it my turn now?
It is now your turn.
Okay, how far is Adamntium's actual ship? Not the pod, but the actual
ship. So it's a good fair ways down, 30, 60, 90, 120 feet to the edge of it.
Okay, it's 120 feet away. But Adamntium's ship is how far away?
Sorry, Adamntium ship. Oh, 20 feet. The small one is 20 feet. Yeah, the big one's 120 feet.
Okay, yeah, the small one is 20 feet. The big one is 120 feet. Okay, well, I was considering going after the big one, but it's too far.
Yeah.
So instead, I'm going to go for the small one.
Okay.
I'm going to... What I want to do is... How big... It's a small pod, right?
It's like
small.
a 20-foot diameter in sort of the short section, and then it's taller. It sort of like rolls around, so maybe it's about 30 to 40 feet, so like 40 at the apex of that sort of like dome. It's kind of a weird shape, but yeah.
I want to attack its connecting gear. I want to have Jones attack, like fly down and try and spear this.
Okay, yeah.
And then I want to jump off and also try and attack it after.
Right. Okay, so yeah, you're gonna let Jones go first. So Jones has it can hit with its like its horn. It's got this like pointed nose. So do you want me to roll? Do you want to roll for that? Just give me a d20 plus 6.
Okay, here we go, Jones. Come on. That is a dirty 20.
That hits. That does hit. Now just give me the damage.
Okay, so it's 4d6, right? 4d6 plus 4? It's additional because it moves 20 feet straight towards the target immediately before the hit.
Yeah, it takes an extra 3d6, so it's 4d6 plus 4.
Okay, come on, Jones. So that is 13 from the first 3d6.
Well, you need to get an extra 2.
Plus another 5 is 18, plus 4 is 22.
22. You do go over it, so you do finally hit and create enough damage to actually like get past the threshold. And you're aiming straight at this connecting gear.
Yeah, I'm trying to mess up the connecting gear.
So it has I'm gonna give it. I'm trying to figure out like how much of the ship part that would have. So I'm gonna say it's about 20. Yeah, so 25. So how much did you do? 20.
I did 22.
22. Oh, let's say that gear is going to require itself to make some serious. It's like very close to being completely broken. It's sort of like fissuring. You've sort of hit something that sort of it doesn't work properly, and it's like one of the legs is still like jittering back and forth. It could connect if they made a very good roll, if you know what I mean. But it's like it's pretty damaged. It's pretty close to being broken.
Okay, then I want to jump off. I want to tell Jones, that was incredible, Jonesy. Pull away 15 feet, 15, 20 feet. Just get yourself clear of what I'm about to do, and I'm going to hop off onto the landing gear. And I'm going to cast. Here's my hope. My hope is that this will maybe do additional damage because it's a construct. I don't think it's in the rules, but because it's a machine.
Yes.
I would like to do a second level thunder wave.
Okay.
On the back of basically on the landing gear itself.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I don't think it can make the save. It's a Constitution saving throw, but I don't know how the ship goes in terms of.
It doesn't have a con, no. So just make the roll.
Okay, so it's 3d8 thunder damage, 3d8. And it would be pushed 10 feet away from me.
10 feet away. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Oh, and it's unsecured objects that are completely within the area of the spell are automatically pushed 10 feet away from me.
Okay. Yeah. So it is an effect.
Yeah. Yeah, and theoretically, it depends on how you count. Whoopsie. That's 11. That's 16 more thunder damage.
So you do get over the threshold, and you destroy. If you're focusing just on this thing, you destroy it, and then a little bit of like shrapnel from that landing gear hits into the ship and causes the rest of the damage. If you know what I mean, to the ship. So that was 16 total. So the landing gear is completely kaput, and that it's still the ship's still like the actual body of the ship is still doing okay, but it's it's sort of. Where it is. It's
cool.
It's there.
Cool. Then I've had enough of these people.
Yep.
They already stole money from us. They just attacked me with magic.
Yep.
I am going to action surge. And I'm going to kick off the back of the the like kickoff of our ship towards theirs.
Yeah.
And I want to see if I can get them all sucked into space. Now, I want to ask you, is the best way to do that to attack the windshield or to attack the back of the ship and depressurize it?
Well, it's hard to get to the back of the ship because it's now... well, you pushed it 10 feet away. So would you have pushed it sort of sideways or would it have pushed away from the ship? I feel like you'd have pushed it to the side if you were going to attack.
Wherever the landing gear was is essentially where I was thinking.
Yeah, so you
have to do something.
I assume that there's a hatch there, right? Because it would have attached to the ship and then they would have gone straight in.
Yeah, maybe. So you would have probably pushed it to the side. So you can probably gain access. It's probably easier to gain access to the front, but the hatch is there. The hatch is all metal. The front is this weird glass quality. You're not quite sure. So it really up to you, really. I think they're probably similar. It's probably the case, I'd say.
Okay. Well, I will.
Both are trying to keep out space from inside a ship. You know,
and I don't know which one is more solid. Essentially, it's impossible to know.
I mean, glass or metal, but super space glass versus super space metal. Yeah.
Okay, so here is my action surge. I jump up. I'm gonna take 2 swings at the back of the ship.
Okay.
So that is going to be. Let's see. The first one to hit is a 15.
It doesn't hit.
Okay.
Well, you obviously you hit because you're so close to it, but it just like, boom. Oh, this is real metal. This is serious metal. Let's have another go.
Let's see. How about a 27?
That does it. That's more like. So you kind of go. You think I don't want to break this too hard. Dong. Oh, okay. I need to do the big guns, right? Bosh. And really punch it. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to see if I can add a maneuver onto this.
Okay.
What do I have?
You do gain reactions back as well now because it's now the start of your next turn.
Hey. Oh, I don't think I can. Well, I can do this. I'll maneuver attack. I'll use maneuvering attack. So I'll get to I'll add the D8 to the damage roll, and I'll allow either if Jareth can see me, which I assume they can because they can see outside of the ship.
They can see everything.
I'll allow Jareth to use their reaction to have the ship move up to half its speed without provoking opportunity attacks from the target of my attack, which is this.
Right.
So this is going to be 2d8. That is 2d8 plus 4, I think. 2d8 plus 2d8 plus 5. So that's 13.
13
points.
Doesn't do enough to break, so you get a good punch on, but you're punching a ship, right? And it's just like you got to hit, and you've got to really hit. You definitely connect and get beyond, but you just like barely dent it. It doesn't take enough damage. You don't hit the threshold. So unfortunately, that steel or whatever that adamanttium, it's adamntium. That adamanttium is heavy stuff. And you're trying
Jareth can move.
Yeah, Jareth though,
the ship.
Also, Jareth, you're moving at half speed generally, so you're at 35 feet generally, and then your half speed already, which is 17 feet, and then half speed again, which means 8 feet. So you can move the ship 8 feet, which
Yay.
Yeah, there you go. But it's still something. It's still like you get like you punch it, and then you feel this like you get this ability just to give try and do a shake off this the other ship. After you
go 8 feet like down.
You can drop if you want to,
but like twist it.
Oh yeah, you could twist it so you sort of like angle down, which means they won't connect to you with the little ship. The big ship kind of goes up as you sort of like angle down to you, sort of Major Tom, like into your positioning, but you're now further away, and the sort of ship element that was trying to connect is further away now from the ship itself by 8 feet, basically. Jareth, it's your go.
I'm mad now.
Yeah.
I can see Adamntium and his 2 warriors, right?
Yep.
They're being banished. They need to make a charisma saving throw.
Yeah. All 3 of the so there's the psychic one that was flying around, and then you've got Adamntium and the 2 Goliath ones.
There's 4 of them. Okay.
The psychic one though is quite a bit far away from you now, because it was 50 feet from Major Tom, and then 10, 20. You're inside by another 10 feet. You know, it's kind of they're probably outside your range, but yeah, you could probably
There's no range as long as I can see them.
I doubt you can see the mystic one. So, well, you put
yeah.
I know what you mean.
Fine. No, it's only up to 3 anyway. So
okay, fine. You go for those 3, yeah. So what do you do?
Yeah. I'm sending them to my labyrinth.
Oh my god. So what's the save? What save do I need to make?
Charisma save.
Charisma save. Adamntium, Adamant. What do you think? Do you think he's charismatic? Let's have a look.
Bit.
Yeah, he's a little bit
Probably.
charismatic. Right, here we go. What does he get for that? 17 plus 3, it's 20, 30. Yeah?
It's fine.
Okay, the other
Can I
Thri-kreen.
use silvery barbs? Force him to reroll that.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah. Is that a reaction?
Actions back.
You have your
Yeah,
reaction back.
and and I'm within 60 feet of him, so I
Yeah.
can force him to
Yeah.
reroll and use the lower roll, and then give someone else advantage on the next attack roll.
Okay.
Ability check or saving throw it makes.
Yeah.
I will give advantage then to Jones to see if I can
Okay.
get them to attack again.
Okay. All right. So they rolled on their re-roll 9 plus 3, which is 12.
That does not save. They are banished to the
They are
labyrinth.
banished to the labyrinth. And as you hear it, he goes, "Oh fuck!" like that. It's like I thought.
I feel like this has probably happened to him before.
Yeah, no, that's why. He's like, not again. Shit. So the rules of that. So for anyone
So
at home, this
There's
is.
now a
Yeah.
like a riddle or a trap that he has
Yeah.
to
Can you
overcome.
get to decide what that riddle is, don't you? What the save is?
Yes.
Yeah.
What will it be? I feel like it says I can determine the type of ability check.
Yeah.
What do we reckon is going to be the lowest for him?
Probably not.
Wisdom?
Maybe intelligence.
Intelligence?
Do we have any idea based on our past experience?
You can make an intelligence roll to go off that. You can try and guess. They are very dexterous. You know that for certain. They're very dexterous.
Okay, so not that one.
Yeah. They are sort of like, yeah, the things that they are definitely dexterous and charismatic are their two things that they have, you know,
Okay.
going for them. They're not exactly stupid, but you know, like, but they're not the most intelligent person in the world. Are they wise? Well, they've kind of tried to attack a bunch of like Bowies all the time. So like, you can take that as
Probably
you,
not.
yeah.
If you were clever.
They're
I
not
might
necessarily,
go-
not necessarily.
I might-
That. They're not well
Go with
built.
Wisdom then.
Wisdom.
And I think
Okay.
it's going to be a really horrendous riddle where there's
Yeah.
like, it's just like a box room. It's dark and there's just like a spotlight on like 3 chests or something.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what the riddle exactly is, but you got to pick the right chest.
You got to
It's
pick the right
infuriating.
chest. Okay, fine.
But
Yeah.
on top of that, they keep
Yeah.
moving.
Oh yeah.
You've gotta
Okay. Yeah. It's
follow-
like a
you've gotta
cart
follow
shell
the
game.
chest. You got to
Yeah.
pick which one you think it is, and then follow
Yeah.
the chest. And yeah.
Okay. Fine. All right.
So,
So
they
they're stuck.
have a save at the end of each of their turns to see if they
Yeah.
can return.
So they're stuck in there. So they get. They got. All right. The other
And
2
there
Thri-kreen. So is it 3 people you can do as well, isn't it?
3 people at once. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So 2 Thri-kreens. I think if I'm reading
fine
this
there.
correctly, there's 2 rooms total. So they
What
have
was
to do
the save
another
again? Charisma.
one. Charisma. Yes.
15.
That does not save either.
And the other one then wouldn't as well. So the other
Aha.
2 Thri-kreen are stuck there with them.
Yes.
I love it. Fantastic. Amazing. Great. So they're all stuck in your lab. Oh, fucking hell. Not this again. Damn it. We need to sort out a ward for this shit. They're saying it there going, all right, you two, you figure it out. I'm going to think about this. What we're going to do when we get back.
Except
Because
no
me-
one can hear that because
You chose the wisdom. It's the same for all 3.
yes.
Those Thri-kreens, they be wise.
Are they really wise?
They're really wise. Adamntium, not very wise.
I don't really care
The
about
others-
the Thri-kreens, to be fair. I
I
care
know.
about Adamntium.
Yeah, I know. But they're going to tell him. I'm going to say they're going to tell him the answer
Damn
if
it.
they know it. Yeah, so there you go. Anyway, is that your whole of your turn?
That's my action. I think I can move the ship as well, not part of an action.
Okay.
As far as I understand. So I will continue the rotation.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get underneath the
Okay.
ship,
All right.
upside down, to try and.
But they're still
disarm whatever
connected. They're
said
still
it.
connected. So you're just trying to
I'm
flip
trying
around.
my best here.
Okay. Just give me let's just try something. Let's try something. Give me an intelligence check, or what's your spellcasting modifier? Is it charisma?
Charisma.
Give me
yeah.
a charisma check then.
Okay.
See what you do with that.
That would be a 22.
22. Okay, so I'm gonna roll there. Oh, it's close though. It's 21 to 22. So it's very close on that. They got 13 plus 6. That's right. No, it's 19. Sorry, I can't add. So it's 19 to 22. I'd say then what you do is you notice that with that, you kind of dislodge one of the hands and they're going to have to sort of like reattach one of the arms on that. So you have aim to sort of like get them slightly dislodged. If it was like they got a natural one, you might have got them all off or something like that, you know. But and then it's Ash's turn finally. Ash is like, yes, Ashes. Sorry. Yeah, I was thinking about something. Okay. Shoot them. All right. Okay. So they're gonna shoot one of the magic missiles. They automatically hit. They're gonna just have to do. There's 3 of them. They're gonna go straight away. 1, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. So they're just gonna pew pew pew, sort of like these like 3 sort of like magic missiles kind of go up and try and hit on the ship, but they just kind of bounce off the shields of this thing. It doesn't really do a lot. Ashes goes, add more power. I don't know what else to do. That didn't work.
Just keep shooting.
Okay, I'll do another one. I'll do the same again. But he's going to try fire bolt. I need to remind myself of that.
I mean, I don't know how weapons work. I barely know how science works.
What are you talking about? We know so much science now. We are scientists.
That we are.
Sacred Flame, dexterity 15. It doesn't really have a dex, so it's 2d8. It's going to basically do like, it's going to use Pero. He's going to adapt Pero into the ship, who can do a Sacred Flame from the ship. Experience, it's d8s. What do they look like, those? It's a 7, a 7, 14. Not enough. So they you shoot these sort of more flame-like bolts of radiant light come out to follow the magic missiles and try and hit, but again it just bounces straight off the edge of the ship. And that is Ash's turn. It's back to Adamntium's turn, who basically in his turn is going to roll a wisdom save. Right? Yes. What do I need to get?
16. But there's another room, so he's there for at least another turn.
Yeah, he's got 14 plus 0. 14. There you go. All right.
He doesn't want to do that for more than 3 rounds, because then he'll be stuck for eternity.
You love to see it.
Magic. It's so magic. See it. It's so good. Okay, Hunky Dory, it's your turn now.
I have a question.
Yes.
For the DM.
Yeah.
So, we have 2 spaceships here that are not ours.
Yeah.
And Adamntium was driving the small one.
Yes.
But now they are trapped in a labyrinth.
They're trapped in a labyrinth.
And so their spaceship is just dangling.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What about this other giant spaceship? Who's driving that?
You don't know. It's a ship.
We don't know.
You don't know.
See it?
You can see it. It's it's like 100. It's probably similarly 120 feet away from you.
120 feet. That's a bit spicy.
That's to like the edge of it as well, because it's then, it's bigger than your ship. So the front bit's connected on, and it's got this huge bow bit at the back that comes out. So it's like the connecting arm bit, the middle where attached to the head to this big bodice bit is like what's attached to your ship. And that is where the drillers come, they're sort of like the drill bits come out and they've gone in through the hole. But this big hull bit goes back, the keel length is probably 300 odd feet. Or more, 350 feet end to end.
The closest piece of it to
it's 120
feet. 120 feet.
Yeah.
Even the arm is 120 feet away?
Oh, that's a good point. Maybe the arm's
touching our ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, but your ship is like 250 foot long, and it's down the back end at your ship. So like, it's halfway along your ship that it's connected on, like from you, because you're all in the front pod bit. This is all in the back, happening where you keep all the gear, like all the stuff you transport. So it's just gone into your like main hull.
Okay, new question. The little spaceship, how far away is that when it was within 30?
Yeah, it's within 30 feet.
30, right?
Yeah, it is, yeah. If you want it, if you're like lower down if you haven't reeled out far, yeah, it's like 20, 30 feet. It's about 30 feet because the ship's gone down by 8 foot. So let's just say 10 foot for the sake of argument. You're about 30 feet away from it. Yeah.
Hunky Dory is attached to a tether.
Yeah.
Just wheeling around like Ein and Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
And they are going to use Starlight Step
Yeah.
to magically teleport up to 30 feet into an unoccupied space that they can see.
Right. Okay.
And I'm gonna do that into the little tiny space.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. So you're in the tiny ship.
It's
Okay.
mine now.
So inside, it's like all like white leather, 3 white leather seats. One in the front, sort of like McLaren F1 style, like front center seat, and then 2 upper seats. And it's quite cramped, and it's all sort of like chrome and white sort of like lining inside. And there's a sort of like the helm, and you can like plug into the helm. You're in the seat. You're in the main seat. You can drive this thing now. It's yours.
Ram it.
It's slightly damaged.
Who cares? I'm not gonna drive it for a long time. Just a fun time. I'm gonna radio in to my little family here.
Yeah.
Hi. It's Hunky Dory in this little spaceship.
Oh, hey, I'm on the back.
You're up here. You're here.
I'm on the back.
You better
can
get inside.
You can open the doors with your mind now. You know how that's working. You see all around the ship. You see Major Tom and Jones like knocking on the door.
I'll have Jones stay out, I guess. Well,
Yeah.
actually, no.
He won't.
Can this?
I
how
don't
far
think
can this?
he won't fit inside. Jones is big. Like
Shock.
he's really big. He's a large celestial. So like, yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah. He's like, what is he like? 50 foot long or something like that? Like no,
Large
not
usually denotes
30
like
foot
10
long.
feet or so.
Yeah, it's
Like,
like.
I'm just thinking there's a
US,
body.
so
There's a body lying on it. There's a body. I guess I'm just thinking of his tail. Oh yeah, maybe
It's like
you're
a
right.
big horse.
Yeah, he's maybe a big. Yeah, maybe a small elephant.
Maybe. Yeah.
I'm just thinking because he's got a really long. Because his probably bodice is like 10 foot long, and then his tail goes another 10
Yeah.
foot.
I would have him stay outside, and then I'll
Yeah.
hop on inside, but stay near the back so that I can hop out if need be.
Yeah.
And I guess I'd say, should we just attack the big ship and see if we can mess it up? Maybe destroy it with this?
I think we should. Let's see what kind of firepower this thing has. So let's see, what can we do with this thing? Is
This has
a
no
ram?
firepower.
It's like an escape pod, isn't
It's
it?
like a little escape pod that just literally they've taken to basically try and board at the front. Yeah.
Hence, ram.
Hear me out. Hear me out on this one, Hunky.
Yeah.
What if we set it to ram the big ship? We set it to ram it at top speed.
Okay. Yeah. Its top speed is like would be probably 35 feet around. It's a little bit damaged. I'm saying I'll say 30 feet for the loss of like damage. You know, the bit of damage to the ship that you've taken. It's at like nearly half its health. Well, yeah.
Does it not have any like hyperspace?
The capability. Like
Yeah.
any ship in SpellJammer, when it's outside of a gravity well, it will go at 1,000,000 miles an hour if it wants to. But when it's within a gravity well, it has a speed that it's done based
Okay,
on
so
the
it's
amount.
30 feet. But
It's
if
only
we
got
have
it-
it
yeah.
basically ram the thing with dashing action, because surely with a dash it would be 60 then, right?
Yeah. You need to like pump your. Yeah, it's kind of different, isn't it? Because you put your spell slots into it, so it can only move. It can't like dash. It just does. That's how
Oh.
far it moves. Yeah, it moves 30 feet. You can't like dash it.
We can't pump more spells into it.
I will let you like pump.
What if I were to drive it like pedal to the metal style manually and then pour it out?
If you like are willing to cast one of your spell slots into it, and you will have to take some psychic damage for the consideration, you can
What
overdrive
makes
it
you
if you
think I don't exist in a
Yeah.
state of psychic damage.
exactly. So I'm gonna take this on the fly.
Let me
Ship.
pitch you another idea.
Yeah, give me something like I need something more to like make
Let me
this
give
ship.
you an idea.
Yeah,
This
go on.
is not kids, don't try this at home. It's dumb. But what if, okay, let me spin you an idea.
Yeah, okay, I'm ready.
just please prepare yourself, because it is not something that I would ever suggest in a normal situation. But these are dire circumstances, and things are not very hunky-dory.
Yes.
The thing is, I am an astral elf, and I've been here for a long time. I've tried a lot of things. That's why I'm like this. And I am absolutely blessed. The magic of Starlight Step, as you know.
Yeah.
And I can magically teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space that I can see. I can do that 4 times.
Yes.
What if I burnt all of it
Yeah, in one go.
to port me and the pod?
Does it say you can take someone with you?
No.
No, I'm sorry.
Sure doesn't.
It sure doesn't. If you, okay, right. But what I'm going to say, okay, so what you do is Hunky Dory, you're sitting around in this ship and you're kind of going like, fuck, what am I going to do? I want to make this ship move. I want this to move. And then suddenly this like part of your brain speaks to you. This little part of your brain that's like hidden away all the time, sort of cackles and kind of just says, just sort of like, it doesn't even say anything. It just gives you a sort of expression of like all of the above. You know, you want to, you know, like it just do everything. Yeah. Give it all you've got. And you feel like this second part of you, like sort of like kind of like twist in your brain, and it sort of like wakes up, and you feel like you have like more energy than you normally do, and you're like, ah, yeah, I feel this. This is where I like to be, in this sort of liminal space between the two of you. And suddenly you just sort of like this pulse of like rage and energy and just raw power just gets chucked into this ship. You use like you've lost a bardic inspiration from this, you lose a rage feature from this, and you lose the spell slot. Okay, that's what you're going to take in exchange for all of this. But you sort of like rage spell, slam your hand down into the controls. This ship is not going to move ever again. Okay, like you fucked all of it. But what happens is, Mage Tom, you're sort of about like just about to get in, like, oh, let's get in. And as you do, like this thing just rockets away from you. Like you're left standing there, and the outline of where the ship was is like there. It's just like in your brain, like space. It's this chrome, but now it's just darkness, and you've just got the shadow image as it just careers to it. Give me, with your rage, you got an advantage. Tell me what that ray of frost is, the final thing you did. Give me the full damage that would do, and then double it, basically. That's what I'm going to give you, okay? Yeah.
Full cold damage.
Yeah.
Is 15.
Yeah.
30 all day.
30 all day. So this thing glitters. What's left is these like glittering bits of like icicles just coming off this like comet as it sort of like crackles with light. You're inside it, and you're like jamming this energy straight into the machine. It's going through you. You're gonna take as well, I'm gonna say, you're just gonna take 8 points of psychic damage, because your brain is sort of like trying to control this ship. As you're energizing it, it's attacking back at you a bit with the sort of like power that you're put in, because you've made this whole thing icicle up, and it careers into the ship. It takes, I mean, it's a hefty ship, but you do about 10% of damage to this thing, which is something to this big ship. You take a big dent. Where you aimed at, I'm gonna say, give me your attack roll. What would be your attack roll for your general attack in the sort of in your rage format, if you know what I mean? Just want to see how like accurate you are with your hit, like where you go for. 14. So I'm going to say you don't go for like the bit where the machine is trying to drill in. You just go and hit the ship, and it sort of hits the side of it, and it dents into one of the sort of like the big, large, bulbous like back bit. It breaks one of these like it's got these like colorful wings that you sort of tear a bit off, and you're sort of like connected in and dented into the shape of it, sideways on, frost crackling all around you. That sort of part of your brain sort of dissipates, and you feel a little like bit of blood come out your nose as that psychic damage sort of rains, and you're sort of like disorientated. Your next turn, you are sort of slowed, and so you won't really have an ability to take. You can take either an action or a bonus action. You can't do both, is what I'm going to say. And you're sort of prone, okay? But that's what you get, okay? But like you overcharged. That's then it's the Thri-kreen's turn. So they
Wisdom save.
wisdom save. Yeah, okay, wisdom
No,
save.
sorry, charisma save.
Charisma. No, it's wisdom. It's wisdom.
It is wisdom.
16
I'm
plus 2.
tired.
16 plus 2.
Yeah, that beats it. They're out.
They're out. Okay.
Well, there's another room though, so they've got to do it again.
Okay. The other
it
one.
says they must then do this for one subsequent room. I don't know if that means they do it on the same turn or on the next turn.
No, it's it'll be on the next turn. Turn. But Adamntium goes through with them all together because they're going to help each other. If they weren't friendly to each other, they wouldn't, obviously. But that's the case. Also, they're also psychically linked, so it's sort of like, yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. You've done it. It's so they're through to the one round. Then the other Thri-kreen, I'll just say, let's say that you hear
Not banished.
Hunky Dory. You would hear this. You'd sort of start hearing like dunk dunks sort of sounds coming about around you. They're sort of mucking around down there, basically. And then the wizardy one is going to have a go at Major Tom again. Major Tom, I need you. It's going to do some spells on you.
What's its range?
60 feet.
I did not go more than 60 feet away from it.
Oh, yeah. Well, it can move.
Yeah, I guess
60
never mind then.
It can, yeah. Sorry. It can move. Yeah, it moves towards you. And,
it moves
and
like 10 feet towards.
Yeah, it moves the.
I'm like,
yeah.
ah!
Yeah,
it moves 10 feet.
Yeah. And then it's just gonna. So the first one doesn't hit. The second one is 26 to hit, so that hits, and is a natural 20.
Right.
So
I don't have any.
Don't have anything.
Well, I don't think I have any reactions.
No, because you used your reaction.
Yeah, I think I already used my reaction. All right.
You did to make Adamntium make that roll again.
Yeah.
So that first one
It
is
was worth it.
9 points of damage.
We're
9 points
together
of
though,
damage.
right?
So that's the with the huh?
We're together though, right?
No, he was
I got
about to
left.
step on as you did the thing, so he's left behind.
Oh crap.
You're on your own. 13 plus 6, 19 doesn't hit, does it?
Mm-mm.
Last one. 17 plus 6, 23.
Yes, that does hit.
That's a hit. So, bloody hell. That is 6 points of damage as well. They're all psychic damage. So, it sort of gets closer to you, still with its eyes closed, and you just feel that brain attack. First time doesn't get through your wards. Second time, it's really strong. They've used all their might and kind of like honed in and just like racking pain down like your sinus all the way through to your teeth, and they sort of ache in your teeth. And then this third one doesn't hit, and the third one finally again, a fourth final one eventually gets through again, but it's just sort of re-hitting that same pain point, but not as much. And you feel like a little bit groggy from that hit. That is all of their turns. It's back round to Major Tom again.
Okay. I think so. I know that our ship is currently being just fully attacked by these people, and their ship has not been, well, it's been damaged. It hasn't been dislodged. Although this is a practical question that I guess it will have to be answered. When somebody gets banished by Jareth's ability, where do they reappear?
They reappear where they last left us.
So they would be. Does that mean they appear in the location that they thought they were, or does that mean they're just in space where the ship was?
It's a very good point.
Depends on your frame of reference.
It does.
The ship is like 100 feet from where they used to be.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Well, no, because the ship you're on is. Are you moving the ship? Is the ship moving in space?
The ship that the little pod that they were on.
Yeah.
The
They were in the
moved
pod.
Like 100
I
feet.
think they were in the pod. They'd be tethered to the pod, so they would turn up in the pod. That's how I'm going to work this, because otherwise, in space, when things are moving about and you start banishing things, and then your ship moves 30, I think it's going to be difficult. So I think it would tether itself based on the fact that gravity wells are based on the energy of the point. I'm going to say that you are located to whatever ship or object you are on. If you were in space, you would be located at a distance to the ship that you were last on, if that makes sense. So if you were 100 foot from a ship that you were last on, you would then end up 100 foot from wherever that ship is when you get unbanished.
Okay, so then I know that they would theoretically come back into that ship with Hunky Dory in it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ignore this other dude, and I'm gonna have Jones come down, and I'm gonna have Jones use a full dash action to try and get as close to the other ship as possible. Jones's speed is 50 feet.
So it's 100 feet.
100 feet. So
about 20 foot away.
Feet.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
20 feet away, and then from 20 feet away, can I see the inside of of what's happening? Can I see any people on the inside?
You see a big hole underneath the sort of 6 legs that clamp down, and you see some people sort of starting to emerge again, and there's a sort of front party of people. And then you see maybe a hand sort of looking down, someone looking from underneath the ship. There's probably quite a lot on the ship. The ship's big, and it probably can hold up to 100 people on the ship in total. And Adamntium and their ants are pretty fully stocked, loaded all the time. So it's like an mini army, basically.
Right. Okay. And I'm trying to see here. So I'm 20 feet away. I have spells that have some range. There's always magic missile. Let me see if I think arms of that one wouldn't work. It might have to be magic missile, folks.
Okay.
So I would like to use magic missile on a person if I can.
Yeah.
Can I use a magic missile on one of the people that's trying to board our ship?
Yeah. Well, they're sort of on the ship, but they'll be coming out of the ship. So yeah, you can do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I will use magic missile on that person.
Auto hits. Yeah. So what's the damage? There's no save either, is there? It just hits.
Nope.
Isn't it?
They just get hit. So they take 3, 6, 10, 13 points of force damage.
Cool.
As I guess I didn't describe how I did silvery barbs, but essentially silvery barbs is some kind of like a frequency, an energy frequency that I use to throw people off and like transfer part of their like gravitational field to somebody else. With this, I imagine that it is sheer like gravitational force that is harnessed and like focused at somebody and like transmitted in little pockets, like pockets of energy. That just pure kinetic energy that crash into a person. They take 13 points of force damage.
Okay, fine. Yeah, so that sort of crashes into this leading Thri-kreen. It's sort of whole wielding. It seems to be not actually carrying anything itself. It seems to be at the front. It's got like a staff with a spear at the end of it, like point. And it sort of sees you, and it sort of starts to try and like go into more of attack mode than sort of just like general like looking around as these magic missiles just come and hit at it. Yeah, okay.
All right. And as a bonus action, I'm going to gain 3 temp HP.
Nice. There you go.
Because why not?
It's then the ships go. The ship, you see it's connected into the ship now, and they notice that you're here. They've sort of seen you, and you feel from you this ripple come out from outside of it, this magical effect. It kind of like pulses, does this pulse straight into the machine, and this sort of electrical charge sort of ripples over the casing of the ship. Hunky Dory, you're connected to their ship. You're part of their same ship, so you wouldn't feel anything. That's fine in a sense. You just feel this energy come out. However, Jareth, I need you to make a charisma. You're using charisma, aren't you?
Please don't say charisma.
You're using charisma to use it, but actually, I need you to make an intelligence save because it's a brain thing. It's trying to go to your brain.
I thought you were going to say wisdom. Oh, it didn't make much difference. 13.
Okay, so what happens is you feel this energy go straight through the helm and into your brain, and all your connection to the ship is sort of like momentarily lost, and you find yourself sort of like flicking into your labyrinth and out, because that's where your sort of like safe space is. You sort of feel yourself sort of moving to there. I'm going to roll a number of dice, and if it is over your health, you will fall unconscious. You will not die.
We had a long rest since the session 0 that we did.
Yes, you would have done.
Okay, cool. Fine.
It's been like weeks, I think.
Just give me a second just to check the... So it is usually... Right. Where's an 8? I can never find D8s. There we go. Right, I'm going to have to add this up. Usually it is 5. I'm just going to roll it on internet because it's going to take too long.
I'm usually beefy.
Okay.
Warlock adjacent.
I'm on the edge of my seat, wondering what happens.
I'm worried about who's gonna port behind me.
Wait, where's
Going
the
so well.
ah?
But perhaps they should be worried about me.
59.
Nope.
59. Oh. What is
Not
your
even
hit points?
close.
What is your hit points?
72.
72. Oh, I could have done it though.
Wow.
It could have done it though. But it had to be high. It had to be 88 because it was 11d8, so it had 88 was the top end, so it could have done it. But
Could have
still,
been. Ooh.
I needed to roll really well. But anyway, it's very close. You feel this, like, you feel yourself falling further and further, like as if you're just getting tired. Your connection to the helm has been severed though by it anyway. You need to reconnect. That's fine. It's not a major thing. But you feel physically drained by it. But they try to like put you to sleep through your connection to the spell through this thing and put this pulse out. But that is the ship's go. Yeah, and as I said, you'll need to like use your action to reconnect to the ship next
Okay.
time. And that is your turn, basically.
How far away is the hold from me? Could I get there in one turn?
You'd have to go down 1, 2, 3, 4 flights of steps, and then you'd start getting there, and that's 30 feet of floor, so 120 feet. It's the same, surprisingly.
Never mind. Okay. Yeah, I guess, yes, I will... Yeah, I will go use my action to get back in the helm.
Yeah, okay. So you reconnect back into the helm, sort of re-feel the ship again. This sort of wooziness still comes over you, but you're back connected. You now see again Hunky Dory smashed into the side of the ship. Back to Ashes, sort of there, ready to go. You've got a bonus action if you want one, but
Yeah, I could use my bonus action, but it won't get me far enough, so no.
Okay.
That's it.
Ashes then sort of goes, is back online and kind of goes, hit again, I guess. I'll try not to hit Hunky Dory.
Go for it.
Yeah.
I've been able to tell him to aim at their people.
You could have done, yes.
Okay, because I wasn't sure if I was able to communicate. I would just be like,
Yeah.
I would say, they can't board us if they're all dead.
Yeah,
That's
that's a
what
good
I
point.
would say.
Yeah, right.
That's what
So
Ashes would understand.
Ashes
Yes.
understands that. He goes, much better. So it takes a shot. They get a 15 dex, I think, from that. So, roll table, 5 plus a 3. So no. So they take that first one that was emerging as that you took already 13 points from, takes 14 additional points from it. So these sacred flames, there's 2 sacred flame bolts just fly out from one of the arms of your ship, sort of turns around, points out, and sort of like 3 out, 2 little bolts, and that takes them down to that. They're looking pretty.
Our ship's guns are so weak. We're shooting a guy,
Yes.
and we can't even kill him.
It should feel like it doesn't feel like it's
You just-
enough, does it? Yeah. I'm kind of in agreement with you, to be honest. Like, I'm just checking the ship stats on D&D Beyond again, because
Like
What
getting
are-
shot by a ship should rock you a little
it should
bit.
That's
really.
what I'm imagining. Like, I don't
Yeah.
care how tough you are.
No, I'm
Surely
with
if
you.
the ship actually
It's like
hits you.
if you got shot from a tank,
Yeah, you'd be like fucking
would
dead.
hurt.
like the
Yeah.
aim would be maybe challenging, right? Because it's like
Also, you don't have to hit them exactly with the tank, because if you hit next to them, you still kind of blow them up.
That's why I'm like, hey, look, I think it's cool that we're channeling magic and all that, but I'm
Yeah.
like, man, our ship is rough. Like, we can't break free of these
our
people.
Well,
ship is,
yeah, I
our
mean,
ship
shoot
is
a
like,
guy.
baby, all I got is cantrips.
I mean, like the ballista which needs 3 crew. The ballista sort of thing does
no.
3d10 damage. Like that's like a normal ship.
The ship
People
is
just
shooting
left
out little
Ashes to
mage
it.
hands. Smack.
Yeah.
You can use a mangonel stone on some ships, which does 5d10 damage, but that requires
5 crew,
that takes 5 crew
and
to
we
use
only
it.
have 2 crew members working.
Yeah, you only
on
have
it.
2 crew members. So like, if you want to do more, like if you want to put like, there's also no one using the major helm as well. So like, you can't.
Does
yeah,
the
well,
different
there is,
instances
yeah.
of Pero count as a crew member?
Yeah, it does actually. So you could employ more of them. Yeah, okay, so maybe I could argue that. All right, I will take that. Fine.
Pero can do it.
No, Pero then can do 5 times that. So I'll double. I will give him. Okay, I'll give him 10d8 then. Fine.
Pero, time to make
Kill time to go. Right, okay. It's another 2 and a 1, so add that. 4 and a 3, so 7. 7. That's 10. Another 10, and another 6. Another 16 damage additional. So okay, they're looking pretty bloodied now, as they say. Yeah, okay.
He's almost bloodied.
Yeah. No, he's like pretty damaged. He's looking really hurt. He's on his last bits of health.
Yay.
If that makes sense. Yeah, okay. That's a very fair point. No, it's a fair point. I was like, it did seem a bit low, but then I was like, well, I had to kind of check the other ones being 3d10.
Yeah.
And I thought 2 lots of 2d8 is pretty similar, but yeah, okay. Yeah, fine. I'm happy for you to have 5. So 10, you had
Infinite
10d8.
perils.
Thank you. We appreciate. There was a definite.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It shot the first time.
So the other arms, then, like, you shoot the one arm and then you go, Ashes, you can use more arms. Oh, right, yes, sorry. Ah, yeah. And you see all the other arms, like, turn around and go, and this guy's like, what the fuck's wrong with your ship? And then it's like, oh, like, Scarface right at the end, sort of thing. Like, yeah, it's just sort of, that's what happens.
There we go.
Sorry, it's been a while. I wasn't kind of sure what to do.
We need to start
It's
drilling
all the
this
dragon
stuff.
chess rules. It's replaced the
Yeah,
other
he's
stuff.
taken brain paste that he didn't have left over. But all right, it's Adamntium's turn. It's your boy. 17. Does he escape the labyrinth?
Yes.
He does.
Yes.
Adamantium escapes the labyrinth back into the pod, tries to appear, but obviously 5 feet next to you, into the broken ship next to Hunky Dory. All right, love. Hello. And the Thri-kreen as well. 2 Thri-kreen next to you.
Can the Thri-kreen come through on their turn? I'm just throwing it out
they'll
there,
come.
man.
I'm going to say that it's within 6 seconds, so obviously they're not. Yeah, so literally immediately Adamant comes through, and then actually before, so Hunky Dory, it is your turn, and you've got Adamntium just right there, like, all right.
Slightly too late. Jareth is like over the comms, like, wait, Hunky Dory, he's back, get out there. But he's already there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm all right. How are you?
Being like, fucking labyrinth again. I completely forgot about bloody Jareth. Oh, I'm going to ward myself against that next time.
Labyrinth.
Yeah.
Labyrinth. I've been there. Something else. How did you like it? It's just, you know, and it's just.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
What would happen?
You are slowed, remember, so you can do one thing. But yeah, what are you going to do? Do it. Just do it.
If I cast Tiny Hut
On them.
on me?
On you. Yes, do it.
Isn't that a 10-minute spell, though? Or a 1-minute spell?
I think it takes a little while to cast.
Yeah.
It does take a little while to cast, but I love the idea that you just kind of start. Yeah.
Tiny Hut.
But I'm being distracting.
Yeah, you're being distracting. Okay, you're going to try and
just labyrinth, and it's just, and
Yeah.
were you, and did you see the, and did
Okay, you start casting Tiny Hut.
Did you
Yeah.
get the riddle? What was it? Oh, what was it? It was, oh, do you remember yours? Because mine was,
Yeah.
I think it was, it belongs to you, but your friends use it more.
Yeah, is that what it's like? And that's your conversation in that turn. I'm then going to move us, because I'm looking at the time, into more of a narrative form of combat now, because I think we're going to have to move it along. So you're starting to cast Tiny Hut. Adamntium and the ants are then trying to unload. So what happens is we start moving the pace ahead as the ants now start, the Thri-kreen are moving out carrying this, your loot that you want. There is about 12 of them all around this object, and are trying to push it into the ship. Adamntium starts to get some in its ear. So what does everyone do at that time? As they're pulling out they're trying to get this into the ship. Adamntium's back. The Thri-kreen will appear soon after. As Hunky Dory's making Tiny Hut, Jareth, you're back in the helm. Ashes has got the the guns ready, and Major Tom, you're about there.
So wait, they've already gotten the fridge?
Yeah, they've kind of got the fridge in those 2 rounds. They've sort of dashed there, grabbed, dashed back with it. In 3 rounds that they've had that's 180 feet they can move.
Can I now put my foot on the gas and try and like fly them out the hole into space, including the fridge? But hey,
you can try, yeah.
I do that.
Yeah, you do that. So you push the pedal to the metal. So you're going to use.
Like, get out.
So you're going to aim. So maybe you take one turn to turn the ship round to face away from the rock of Brawl, basically. So you sort of do your biggest sweep, which sort of flings them around. I'll make them make some sort of dex check, which I'll take it for like one half of them get like 5 and one half of them get 16. So what's your sort of spell save?
My spell save's 16.
Okay, so half of them sort of like are holding on still, but 6 of them sort of like fall down and are sort of left sort of floating in space away from the ship. So yeah, as you sort of turn around.
Which one has the box?
So like 6 of them that are holding the box, the 6 of them let go of the box, basically, is what I'm saying. Yeah, and the box sort of like tethered them, if you know what I mean. But 6 lost grip. That's kind of what I'm getting at. Major Tom, what would you be doing in this moment? That's sort of what's happening.
They're trying to get this thing onto their ship.
Yeah.
I think Major Tom is taking a lot more risks than he normally would under these circumstances. He is the fact that they're going in and out of their ship means that their ship is open. There's a part of their ship that is open.
Yeah.
And I'm currently on the back of a very fast flying creature.
Yeah.
So I'm going to fly onto their ship.
Yes.
And just have him fly through and destroy their control panel.
Okay, so you're going to try and fly
on like bullet in a china shop through the heart of the ship.
You fly into the ship, of which
I have flyby. They can't hit me with opportunity attacks if I'm on this thing. If I'm on Jones. So
you sort of flow past them into the ship, past the people that are all standing up. What the heck? You go in, and then you're in this sort of like a big sort of circular dome space that sort of connects over to like a big hub area, and then to the front where there's like a seat that then opens to a door, which goes to what you assume was the main hub. So the main helm is not there. So I'm going to need you to make some sort of intelligence check to figure out where the secondary helm would be located, basically.
Here's my thought. My passive investigation is 23.
Okay. 23. So you
Isn't 23 good enough for me?
Yeah, I'm going to say that. So you look around and you sort of go, right, it's going to be up the top here. You're going to have to, how big is they're large? You're probably going to have to leave behind Jones once you get to this hole, and then up into this upper space of this dome where there seems to be like a secondary level open to a window. Oh wait, it'd be at the bottom, sorry. But no, top, yeah, where there's another window up there that you can see, and then you jump into there, and there's this like another helm. There's a couple of other secondary controls around. There'll be like a Thri-kreen sort of creature sitting on the throne.
Okay. Is it possible if, because as I'm like, and once I initially get in there, I'm like, and I'm like, wait a minute, I want to try and take over the spell jamming process and aim all of their weapons at Adamntium.
Okay, to do that, I need a contested Constitution roll.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. That's the mage one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I got a 10.
18.
Then I'm going to use silvery bars.
Roll again. I got an 11 plus 1, which is a 12.
Okay. Then I will, I guess if I can't get a hold of their stuff, then I'll just try and break it.
You're just trying to break it. So you can make some, so you just start smashing it about. Whilst you're doing that, they then start doing they sort of think, fuck, we need to, they use the sleep button again. So they've got one more go at that. This time they're going to pump their highest level spell into it. So it's going to be 13d8 this time because they think that didn't work last time. Right, roll.
Bonus action second wind.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you're sort of like.
If you don't want me to, that's fine.
56. They try and do that. Does that affect you?
56? Well, I currently have 3 temp HP. And my full HP, so counting the 3 temp HP, I am at 58.
56. So you are so close. Hunky Dory, what are you? What's your HP? What's your HP?
Right now?
Yeah.
52.
So Hunky Dory, you will fall asleep in the cabin next to Adamntium as you're trying to cast that spell.
You can't do that to me.
Oh, you can't go to sleep. You can't magically go to sleep. So it doesn't work. Fuck yes. Actually, I don't even think they can work on Jareth. Can Jareth get magically put to sleep?
Me and Jareth are awake forever.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't need to sleep. I don't think there's.
Oh no, yeah. So you can. Yeah, so you can
like
put
the
sleep.
one thing that can't get me.
So you still continue. You're just like, what's this magic? Okay, so fine. What Adamntium does though is once he after one reason of you like talking to him, he realizes what the fuck am I doing? He then teleports himself onto his ship. He will end up where you are, Major Tom, and he's going to start trying to fight with you. I think we just need some contested D20s now. We're going to roll a couple.
I would give myself advantage with the silvery barbs on
okay,
my
fine.
thing.
So he sort of gets an 18 plus 4 is his standard attack, so he's like 22 sort of on his standard.
Okay, and this is like his versus my like thunder gauntlets.
Yeah, exactly. Just like what happens in the sort of battle, and then I'll talk you through what he sort of does.
I rolled a natural 19 and I get a +9 with my thunder gauntlets.
Yeah,
so
bloody hell, yeah. So you sort of bashing, you sort of like go into this sort of battle of like simple fists. They're sort of like a roguish character. They're quite dexterous. Their armor class is quite high, but because they're sort of chromic and they're sort of moving around, but you're still able with just like sheer force to sort of like keep attacking at them. And after a bit of like
I'm using shocking grasp because that has advantage on metal armor.
Okay,
so
cool.
I'm just like trying to pin them down with the electricity. Like
so, for a few sort of rounds of like fighting, he's sort of just enjoying the sort of sparring of it, and sort of kind of gets lost in the moment, and then sort of says, "Okay, enough of this now. Just gonna let you know that as we've been doing this, timing's been going down on something that's inside your ship. So we can keep fighting." Or you can deal with what's going to happen on board, or we can all fly away and watch it blow up. What do you want?
Can I roll insight to see if he's lying?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. That's a 14. I'm going to use, let's see, because I don't have a plus to insight. So I'm going to use one of my maneuvers, which I can add a D8 to my insight. So it becomes a 17.
17. Yeah, he feels pretty confident in what he's saying. And you've been going at this for about a minute or so, kind of a couple of rounds of this, and so...
So I haven't even got any kind of upper hand.
You've got the upper hand. You're basically beating him, and he's looking pretty bad, but he's getting to a point where he's like half health, sort of looking a bit like woozy, and he sort of thinks, all right, enough of this now. This has been fun, but this has all been a bit of a laugh, but I thought I'd let you know that...
Right.
This has all been great, but I'd like to get out of here, and I think you've got to deal with something on your ship. We left you a little present behind because we didn't want to just take your stuff and not leave you something.
Yeah.
With that moment of telling you, you sort of go turn around, and that's when a bunch of Thri-kreen turn up behind you. When you sort of look behind, because it's like now I've got to a point where I'm getting damaged. I'm not liking this anymore. They're all telepathically linked. And when they do, they talk in these sort of like clicks and sounds that are sort of separate to you that you can, and so you kind of hear them do this. They do that all the time as they're sort of like communicating as a constant rate. And you've been fighting, and suddenly as you turn around, you've got like a load of Thri-kreen at the base of the thing. A couple have already come through, and they're starting to come through now, and it's going to probably start to overwhelm you. That's what I'm getting at. So Adamntium sort of talks to you, sort of goes, yeah. So I think you've got something to deal with your ship. I think.
Yeah.
As you can see,
I'd say,
guys on this we'll let you leave calmly. We've got all we need. This has been very much fun. Very annoyed about my ship. I'm gonna have to spend a bit of what I retrieve for this to sort it out. But if you could just kindly leave, we'll let you go. You can deal with whatever you need to deal with on your ship, and have a nice day. And so you sort of walk down. And you can sort of see as you go down, you've got such a high pass possession, you can see the thing far off in the distance, in the middle of their sort of whole bit, just beyond the thing. And they're all sort of surrounding you, but they sort of let you walk past as you go down the ship. And they sort of like all like sort of doing their sort of like click noises and talking between them. But you can maybe try and have a go at it.
Where's Jones?
Jones has been left in the main bay, but they've sort of like... They've got spears all pointed up at Jones, and are like sort of like holding towards him.
Are they letting me take Jones?
They'll let you take Jones.
Okay.
Is it even a question? Do they think they can keep Jones?
Yeah. Can I then
Jones
hop
is a
on
free
Jones's?
spirit.
Can I hop on Jones's back? And as we're just sort of flying out, I use the 2nd level magic missile on the crate.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Then that's what I'll do. I'll drop a 2nd level magic missile, and I'll specifically aim at one of the ones that I know is explosive.
Yeah,
I knew that,
fireball.
like, whichever one I saw was the most explosive.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Okay.
Tested a bunch.
All right, fireball. Fireball. Okay, yeah, sweet. I've never actually been able to use fireball in D&D proper, so so we're gonna use delayed blast. Here we go.
If possible, I'll aim one at another, and one at another to try and get to. What I'm trying to do is cause, if possible, cause a chain reaction. But if not possible, just cause as much damage as possible to them, their ship, and then maybe also the item.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm with you. So it is going to be 7th level. 8. Is that right? 7th.
Oh my.
8, 9, 10, 12. Yes, 12d6. 12d6 of damage, and it's 150-foot range with a 20-foot area. So around them, there's probably around it is probably about so 20 foot around this thing. I think like at least 30 out of the sort of like of the Thri-kreen would still be. A lot of them are like closer to you. This is in the whole bit. So yeah, let's say 30 of them are gonna take 12d6. Why am I trying to roll that? Roll 12d6. Now it's probably not going to kill all of them. 33 points of damage, which is their sort of health is like 60 HP. So 30 of them lose half their health. Just this big explosion. As you just fly out, you just kind of go pew pew, fly, sort of leaving parting gift. They sort of like look at it to try and stop it. Some of them sort of raise their things to you, but see this very minor spell going off, and they sort of, one of them or two of them maybe even chuckle at like, what a magic missile, I didn't even hit any of us. And then it hits the thing, and then it goes, as you fly out, flame flows out as you fly out into the hold. You can go straight through the hole into your hold if you wish to.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man, wonder if they'll ever know. They're the best-selling show.
Hey! And maybe we'll, as the flames flow out, as you fly back into your ship, you see this little object in the middle, this sort of ball of similar sort of like warding you kind of imagine from what you've seen upstairs happening, but it looks quite big, and it seems to be like pulsating. You hear the sort of clanking of the ship kind of releasing. Hunky Dory, you're still attached to their ship, but
Hunky Dory,
surely Hunky Dory got off.
I'm
if
not.
Adamntium
Oh
got
yeah,
out,
oh
right?
yeah.
yeah, Adamntium got.
Awake, baby.
Yeah. So I imagine then I'm going to say that Jareth, or on the thing, you can sort of teleport them back into the ship if you so wish. When they start to fly away, they sort of unclip, and you see them like rock with the ship, and you hear a sort of like, what was it? Vandilly Qua Qua sort of like shout out of the thing, which is what he says in the song. Like aggressive shout as you hear the explosion, but they sort of like fly away, sort of riggedy away. They've still got this object, but they sort of like moving away as you sort of fall into your ship. Hunky Dory, you're sort of like teleported back to your chair, which is still slightly spinning slowly as it was. And you've got this little thing in front of you that seems to be ticking.
Ashes, you work with explosives, right?
Well, as I say, I've made explosives.
That is the yes or no question. You work with explosives, right?
Yes, explosive things.
Work with this. See if you can get it to shut down. I'll provide any tech support I can.
Okay,
I'm right here for you.
Well, usually I just...
Magical.
Yeah, I know. Just like if you just, I don't know, hit it with something, maybe it will stop it.
Well,
like,
don't tell me. Just hit it.
Yeah, okay. I'll just hit it. Yeah, okay. And it just hits it. And it sort of starts to like go faster. It's a very small explosion when it hits, and then you see that pulsating that was like 2 seconds is now like instantaneously, and it's like rumbling, and you've made a dent in it. And Ash goes, I don't know if that helped. I think actually it might have made it worse. Should we get out of here? I actually feel a bit sick. And then they're a little bit sick, and they're like, oh, I feel a bit, and then Ash is sort of like, passes out on the floor.
Okay, I'm gonna contact ground control. This ship is not. This is not good.
It's beaten.
It hasn't even gone off yet. Then I
It has no. It's sort of when he hits it, it made a minor explosion.
Then I would grab ashes and evacuate that area.
Exactly. Yeah. And then it's like really going, and then suddenly you get through the door, and just as you get through the door, you shut the latch, and you hear a. And then the dent in the door comes out, massive explosion, and then the ship just kind of goes.
So there you have it, everyone. Now the timelines are all realigned back to the beginning of the series where our spiders were crash landing into the rock and roll, and now you know why. It's been a heck of a ride so far. We had the Killer Queen giving the spiders a bunch of cool artifacts, including this staff of Athas to give to a one word on the wing in exchange for a fridge containing a special artifact. Now, you the viewers and I know that is a SpellJammer, which is very important to the Illithid Empire, who have been making dodgy dealings with Word on the Wing anyway to allow them to take their little staff from the spiders and then allow the Illithid to go and intercept them and steal the SpellJammer in the fridge. The Illithid made some dodgy dealings with Adamntium to go and do this task for them, but then Adamntium's been making dodgy dealings with elder beings to give it to them instead. So we'll find out what happens with this next time when our spiders eventually make their way to the Rock and Brawl, see how the Killer Queen reacts to them losing this artifact, and then heading back out into space to chase down that evil space pirate Adamntium after a little bit of shopping and beefing up beforehand. So, anyway, we will see you next time on Bowies in SpellJammer.
I'm an alligator. I'm a mama, papa coming for you. I'm a space invader. I'll be a rock and rollin' bitch for you. Keep your mouth shut. Just walking like a big monkey bird. And I'm busting up a brain for the world. Keep your electric on me, babe. Put your ray gun to my head.
Ground control! Ground control! This is Major Tom! This is Major Tom! There was an incoming aircraft! You need to evacuate the landing platform!
I've been holding my breath this whole time.
I didn't know you... I thought you didn't breathe at all.
I know.
We thought it was fun.
Yeah,
Is this fun? Are you having fun right now?
a little.
Yeah.
I've had much worse times.
Yeah. Oh, 1 second. Someone's trying to. You can't come in here. You can't. You can't. Let me at them. I'll bloody kill them. Those bastards.
Yes, you have a lot to atone for, Ash.
I'm gonna privately say to the other ones, also it's possible that Ashes may be a mole. Just like privately say to each of them, maybe consider that as well.
And
looking like this at Ash is like,
then you see.
Taught them how to do the science.
You know them all. Yeah, every
I
single
can't
one.
remember any of
And
the
you've
names,
asked
but I
every
reckon-
single one of them if they want to be a goblin, and they've all said no. You literally. That's why you know them.
And is like, psst,
Hey kid.
become a goblin. You have to say yes. I can't just do it.
It's like the shittest vampire.
Yeah, no wonder nobody says yes.
Exactly.
Tense thing.
It's probably because like
Yes.
the things that
The last stragglers who were sort of on the or borderline of going like, maybe being a goblin would be kind of cool. Go, right. I'm just gonna leave this place now.
Just do, like the weirdly, like sounds like a different guy.
A true love, man.